Okay, hi Kathy. How are you doing this morning?
Great, thanks. How are you, Medine?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to ask you some questions about your career and how you got to where you are today. And so one of my first questions is what is your background and your education and how did you know what career you wanted to get into?
Well, my background in education, I majored in journalism and political science. So I had a double major at Texas Tech University. And I credit Texas Tech University for my great success throughout my career. I grew up in a very small town, and we did have a newspaper. So I was able to work in at the newspaper my summers away from tech and covered City Hall. I covered the courts. So I got a lot of experience early on, which is exactly what my Texas Tech professors told me to do.
Yes, okay, that's really amazing. That's what I need to start doing. I need to start early. And so
But you
with
are. You are.
yes, I'm
I've seen your
trying.
broadcast, and you are well on your way. I'm
Thank
so proud.
you. Thank you. Okay, so with your degree that you earned, did you first go into journalism or what career path did you first start with?
I did. I worked at the weekly newspaper in my hometown and got great experience. And in Lubbock, when I was going to school, I did morning radio, and then I did produced. I wrote for the 10 o'clock news at the ABC affiliate in Lubbock, and then we moved to Austin, and I worked for a senator, state senator. I was his press secretary. I wrote his radio shows. I wrote his newspaper columns, and he went on to become a member of Congress. And then I went back into the media. And now, at the age of 67, I'm a real estate agent because I love to work. And Texas Tech ignited in me a passion to make a difference, whatever my career. And the professors also taught me that not only did I need experience, I needed to keep up with trends. I mean, when I was at Tech, they were talking about the demise of newspaper. And I thought, oh my goodness, here I've majored in journalism and now they're telling me newspapers are going away. That's okay. I'll change they taught me the basics, the foundation to move forward. And that was the key to do whatever I chose because of Texas Tech.
Perfect. That's interesting that you say they were telling you that about the newspapers because in one of my classes freshman year, they were saying something about, AI is going to take over like media. And I was like, wait, what? That's what I want to do. So hopefully not. But moving with the times is definitely very important because you just have to be able to adapt. Okay, so what would you say what skills would you say that you had or that you needed to obtain to like keep going into your career or keep evolving in those different careers?
Willing to learn, willing to work hard, not expect things to be to me. I worked overnight shifts when I got back into TV because it'd been a while since I'd done television and when I had that break working in politics. And so I did overnight news, and that led to me being the morning show anchor in Austin at KXAN, and actually was part of the first 1 hour morning show in Austin and part of the first #1 show newscast at KXAN.
Wow, that's very impressive. And how was that time working in like morning news versus journalism? Like what was the big differences?
Really great question. In news and journalism print, it's you writing what other people have said. In broadcast, you're allowing the person you're interviewing to tell their own story. You're not paraphrasing. And one of the challenges was the time that I had to get up at 2:30 every morning to do the early morning news in Austin. And I did that for many years. And before that, I did morning radio in Austin and had to get up very early. And I had 2 children during that. But again, have the passion and you really love what you're doing, that doesn't make a difference. And I was able to be home with my children later on the day. And so I love the schedule. I have no regrets. I would do it all the same. Just work hard, learn from others, willing to do, what it takes to be #1, right? I mean,
yes, I
that's
agree.
what.
And then what what did you do, like any internships to prepare you, or is it just more like the newspaper that you did back home and then like the radio, so you kind of had that under your belt to help you like know what to expect in your jobs?
Yes, and employers are willing to hire interns because they know they're willing to learn. And so I always recommend internships. I did an internship for the 3 summers I was back in my hometown working at the newspaper. I didn't get paid. It was internship, but I knew it would pay off in the long run. And the same thing, KMAC, the ABC affiliate in Lubbock. I was an intern while I was going to school, didn't get paid, but I knew it would pay off. And it did as well.
Oh, I think you cut off again. That's okay. Do you want to just repeat what you were saying when you got cut off a little bit?
Okay. No, yeah, you froze too. Let's see.
Oh, really? Okay.
About the internships? Okay. Internships are so important because employers like to hire students because they know they're willing to work hard and learn. And so my summers away from tech in my hometown, I worked as an intern at my hometown newspaper. Didn't get paid, but I knew it'd pay off. At KMAC, I was an intern while going to school. Didn't get paid, but knew it'd pay off. Texas Tech prepared me and showed me how that experience was critical to becoming a productive member of whichever media organization wherever I landed.
Yeah. And I love how you're saying it didn't pay, but it did pay off because you got to have like the experience and you valued the time that you got to learn what you wanted to eventually do in your career, and that did help you a lot.
Yes.
Okay. And I was also gonna say, what advice would you have to other like students at Texas Tech or anybody that's looking for a career in the media, and what steps they need to start taking to get towards their goals?
I would do exactly what you're doing, talking to people who've worked in the field where you want to be, ask what it took, work hard, be willing to work, odd hours, but put in the work to make a difference because it will pay off. And I'm just so impressed with everything you're doing at Tech, Medine.
Thank you.
Just so great.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And can you describe to me what the transition was like to real estate from being in the media and from like journalism and being in front of the camera? What was that transition like?
Well, you're dealing with people and you have to have facts and you have to do research, and communication is key. That's one thing I hear from my clients. Wow, Kathy, you communicate better than anybody with whom we've worked. And I said, well, it's my background in news and I know how research an area, right? Do you really want to live in this area? Let me tell you what else is going on. It's communication, it's research, it's having your facts, it's follow-up, things you learn at Tech through their skills.
Yeah. And would you say personable is definitely a skill that you're able to have in all those 3 areas of your job that has helped you with the media and real estate?
Being personable? Yes, absolutely. And I always say the camera never lies. So you can't fool the camera, and so the public's not going to be fooled. And it's the same thing in real estate when someone's buying a home. It's the biggest investment of their life. So they have to have, you have to have credibility, and they have to have peace of mind. Okay. And the same with giving the news or sports. You lose credibility if you don't have your facts right.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah, and the messenger is never more important than the message. Funny stories. After the morning show, we've been up since 2:30 in the morning doing news on KXAN, and the phone rang back in the day with people complaining about maybe my co-anchor's handkerchief didn't match blazer or something. Yes, and I would go, or my lipstick or too much hairspray, and I'd go, did you not hear? 5 people died in a house fire. Maybe that's more important than anything else.
That's definitely more important.
Yeah, or that city council is raising your taxes, or the school board is changing the district lines for where your child is going to school. That's what's important. So you want to keep your facts straight so you maintain your credibility.
Okay. Amazing. And would you say, like how you're saying people would criticize and like nitpick the little things within the news show or the radio show, you didn't let those type of things like get to your head. You just like stuck to your job and like what you knew was best and what you knew was like the most important?
Because clearly a lot of people have a lot of time on their hands and they're not
Yes.
and listen to what's most important. So I never took it personally.
That's
I
good.
just told those people, a few who would call, that just look in the mirror and be thankful you have such a great life. You're calling a TV station to complain
Yeah.
about my co-maker's tie doesn't match
Exactly.
for my blazer.
That is so funny. I never would have thought that's something that's like people would actually like call in for
Yeah.
because it's so unnecessary.
You learn a lot about the human nature, and I think now, as I'm older, that's why I don't hesitate to compliment someone who does a great job, because I'm sure they're hearing from people who think, they're not doing a great job. So communication again is key.
Okay. And then, I'm sorry, that's one of the dogs. I wanted to ask you about networking. How would you say is a great way to start networking and to like engage with people in the career field that you're looking to go into, and how to better like get connections so you can further like your knowledge on the certain career that you're wanting to start?
So in your generation, you have the luxury of the social media. You should start following people. The news director, the news anchor at the station where you want to be, or, whichever organization, and just, respond to them. So they're now aware of you and your background and how you communicate with the public or in other people. That's one way. Then show up. Go to, association meetings or, whatever they have in your community, and reach out, contact and say, I want an internship. I want to be part of your organization. What can I do to make that happen?
Yeah.
And be persistent, because the people who are in charge of news organizations, they're going to see you as someone who's going to get the story. You don't give up. You don't call and leave a message and expect that news director to call you back. You're going to say, I'm probably called at the wrong time. Let me know what time is best for you, but I really want to meet with you and see what I can do to get that internship. Be persistent.
Okay.
Stand out.
Great advice. Thank you so much. I had such a great time interviewing you and just getting some insight into this career field. And I just hope you have a great rest of your day, Kathy. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And again, keep up the great work.
All right.
I'm following you and the great work you're doing
Thank
at Texas Tech. I know you're going to make my alma mater proud in all of your hard work and success.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That means so much. I'm having a lot of fun with it, so I'm just going to
That's
continue.
important.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Madine.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, Kathy.
You as well.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.